Alrighty. Hey everyone, this is Zan, and today we are going to be revisiting Dominion 6 Enhanced. This time we'll be playing Alchera. There was a few comments and talks going on about it during the last stream, and so I figured I'd give them a shot, especially since, honestly, I was kind of looking at them and I have no idea really how to get them working on my own. So I'm going to go with this build that I workshopped with Darkside Cookies. And then I'm going to hope and pray that you guys in the chat can help me. I have a rough idea of how to start now after doing one test run. But I could be wrong, especially when it comes to the later game. And so I think last time I did the Bidden map. I don't know if I'll do that one again. But maybe I should, because that way it keeps the game kind of small, right? So you know what? Yeah, let's just for now we'll do Bidden, and then maybe next week we'll uh, if I stream next week, we'll do that next game, or we'll change the map up. But for now, we'll just stick to Bidden again. Two, just land nations, bump these guys up because I'm cruising for a bruising. That Fennoscandia game, yeah, we don't talk about that one anymore. We don't talk about Fennoscandia. Okay, so we're going to do Alchera at a Dreamtime. So this is a hot, dusty land inhabited by one of the oldest human societies. And their issue with me is that they have no armor. Well, they have some units with furs at best, and their weaponry is kind of it's some of the weaponry of all time. And so to me, their entire roster of recruitable units is kind of awful, except maybe the last four. These guys from forts, it's a unit that I can recruit, and they do things. The Sacred is actually pretty strong, which is actually surprising considering the rest of the roster. And then the Maui, not Maori, the Maui guys, I think they're pretty good, especially if you can have a water mage with them to actually hit them with the tattoos, right? Then they're pretty good. You got this guy. I would like this guy kind of goes on land and beats things up, but then if you're going to use them to go underwater, which is a lot easier in this mod, I think this guy's better because of the piercing attacks. Because if you go underwater with non-piercing attacks, you get penalized. I don't know if you guys know that. Then they also have swimming, so like these guys are really good for going underwater. But once more, you kind of gotta fix. You have to fix this. Anyways, their mages are a bunch of glamour mages. They have an assassin. They do stuff. Their summons are kind of what carries the rest of the nation so far, and for me, especially this Kinney Gur, which is a were-rat looking thing. These things are freaking awesome. Random fire resistance, really high berserker score, 3 attacks. Good stuff. The Bunyips, or Bunyip, I don't know. They have Fear Aura and they're pretty good. And the Yowie hits things really hard sometimes, but they really need the magic power. Anyways, let's go ahead and get in here. So the pretender I made was light boundary brownies, instead of dark side cookies, obvious reference. And I know I really wanted to do Titans, but honestly, I couldn't really get something to work with the available Titans because they are all so absurdly expensive. So I was kind of between this Atua of the Maggot Mouth Moon and this Atua of the Endless Sky. And they were both going to have some interesting blesses, but I don't know, I didn't feel like they were quite getting the nation right. And I was really trying to force something that I don't think this nation wants to do. And so I ended up going with just an Awake Researcher because the sooner you get the magic online, the sooner you can, get stuff done. Right. And so I went with the Awake Researcher, and it's actually kind of nonsense that this is the type of bless I can afford for not awful scales. Like, this is crazy, right? But it is what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and go with this. We're gonna set our settings again. I think these settings were fine last time, probably. And off we go. Howdy, TTH 100. You were testing Picanha yesterday, but didn't get to it. Was wanting to check out. I think Ulfons get a bless that works on non-sacreds. Yes. I don't know if Ulfon is the fire wheel guy, but the guy that just looks like a flaming circle in Dominions Enhanced supposedly auto casts something that blesses non-sacreds, which is pretty neat. John Doe, you're asking if dumpstering death is the meta in Dom 6. Um, I don't necessarily want to say it's the meta, but for what little with what little research I did into seeing what builds people took into the tournament and people that I spoke with took into the tournament, um, I think there was overwhelming positivity that at least that I was being told that Death 1 is really, really good. Not so much that not so much because growth is bad and has been nerfed, but because I think everything has a default growth of 0.2. So Death 1 in Dominion 6 is the same as growth 0 in Dominions 5. And then between Death 1 and growth 2 is 120 design points that you can use to get you something. A beggar bless, better other scales. And so a lot of people were telling me that Death 1 is actually really friggin' good right now, especially in the early game. I'm not sure how it goes later. And then you love seeing other people play Titans. I love seeing other people play Titans. I'm very judgmental when I see them do it, but I love people super combating things and pulling off some nonsense because to me, Titans are one of the and obviously the whole mythology thing of this game is really cool to me, but I think Titans are a very unique thing about this game, and I feel they're underused in because people just want to do this and just have some tiny old dude sit in their capital and research, which is I know the irony of me doing it, but I just feel that this nation really, really, really wants the research early because their units are so awful otherwise. So I hope you'll forgive me. So we're going to start off by recruiting the Great Dreamwalker and a bunch of my other sacreds and just fill out the line with some Possum Warriors. The reason because this guy can only lead 50 units and has 30 already, or 50 already. So I need another commander just to walk out of my capital with this awful mass of crap that's going to die within 1 to 2 fights. Honestly. Let's make sure I profit him, and then I need to go to Alteration 1 immediately for Spear Walking, which is literally Arrow Fend, because nobody has armor, and they're all going to die to arrows otherwise. And so Spear Walking is quintessential. After that, I want to do Thaumaturgy, and then Conjuration. I know there's all these fancy ant dreaming things, but I'm not really going to get to use these until I get a second fort up and running. So I'm going to hope that I can get all this done quick-ish, right? Let's rename this to the first viewer, which I will never be able to pronounce that name. So you'll just be T100. And off we go. So let's see. Generally, I do 1 temperature scale and 1 death, and on most nations, if I want more, I do drain. Cairo, that sounds kind of what I've been leaning toward myself. So, seems legit. Awake Rainbows are your favorite. I haven't tried them too much because I do just like throwing big, strong monster or big, strong titan at armies and seeing them die, rather than just old man in the capital. You seen a guy run a virtue? Yeah, virtues are great. Okay, cool. So we started off with this assassin, and I'm definitely going to use that. Probably in there. And if he dies, but it's a multi-hero. Right. Let's move all this over. And I didn't finish research. Ooh, I did. I might just run into the horse tribe. Yeah, militia. Militia are the way. Hold an attack closest. My information. Do I not have the audio running? Oh no, I might not even have the audio connected. Or at least my audio. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Okay, there it is. I think my mic was just, or my headset was just being dumb. Okay, and you're just going to spear walking, stay behind troops. Double line. And the spear walker needs to be with them. Okay. This guy. I guess blessing attack rear is all he's really gonna need. Okay, and then we'll just keep doing that. All right. Virtues are way better because they have a massive area of effect, and the all invulnerability and miss form is just gonna roll over a lot of non-magic weapons stuff. That's a crazy assassin chassis. Oh yes, dude. They're so good. Yeah, I'll look at them in a little bit more detail in a second. These derps running forward. Because they're undisciplined. Oh wow, they're actually getting some kills on these militia. They're throwing war boomerangs, which they have an extra chance to hit against shields, interestingly enough. And they stun on damage. And they're pretty accurate, you know, because it's a 10 range with 12 precision. That is accurate, and then they'll hit, you know, fairly hard. So they're not awful. It's just without spear walking, these guys just die to stiff breeze, literally. Oh, hold on. I always forget. I think I've gotten better at the team colored squares. There you go. No music, which is fine. Okay, so I really like the Dominion's music, both for Dominions 5 and Dominion 6. I thought both soundtracks were straight fire. But I have been cautioned by literally every other YouTuber or anyone that's created any form of content, and they have said you will get DMCA'd immediately if you use the music, and so I cannot touch it. And then I don't know if I can or should put like other background music. I don't know. Anyways, this is the Dream Hunter chassis, which is fantastic. I mean, this much research early on would probably be good, but also let's not deal with heavy cavalry and crap. So they're sacred, they can bless themselves, and they have a bunch of really random and good paths. Air and death are... Death especially is really hard to get on this nation. They're fantastic leaders. Per usual, they have no protection, but they have magic power, which, as my scale spread, is going to make them even better. And they're assassin 3s, which is fairly good. Since we're a glamour nation, we can make them better with an item. You can give them this like invisible sword that makes them better assassins. This gives 67 resources, and then we can move to take this right after. This would complete the wraparound. And then have me go south. And here's Saramatia. Saramatia would be a problem if they recruit... Hydras. I do not have poison resistance, and I won't get poison resistance for a while. I mean, if I kill this Jaguar tribe and do the whole thing, I don't want to do that. I want to have poison resistance for a while, so I hope they don't make Hydras. Let's go with that. And let's beat up the Jaguar tribe, and I'll just do the loop. This has heavy cab. That's not ideal. Let's get you guys a little bit further back. Yeah, poison is definitely will be a hard counter to a lot of what I'm planning. Not ideal. You don't see that unit in the mod detector. So that unit, this assassin, is a multi-hero. So that might be why it's not showing up. Dream Hunter. It's a multi-hero, and then you can get them later on through a global. Out of curiosity, how much tech do you keep secret when you make your pets? I don't keep anything secret. Bro. Bro. Hey, Winter, please. Hey, Winter. Hey, Winter, please. No, I don't keep any tech secret, Cairo. I do experimental stuff that sometimes works, but my biggest goal when I do make guides and I tell people, hey, this is what I do that sometimes works. Is I want to yes. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. My goal and intention when I tell people, hey, I think this is how you do things, is I want to spark independent thought and creativity and have people not be as scared to create their own meta or their own builds and their own shit like that, because I usually do crazy wacky stuff, you know? Um, and half the time it works and half the time it doesn't. But it's always interesting. I like to think. You've been wanting to run a hard skin Moloch for so long because it starts with um I've tried the Moloch before. I've never been impressed with it because of how low the hit points are. If you did hard skin, I mean, one, that's going to be absurdly expensive because it doesn't have earth pats, and I think it's like 80. It's like 80 points to get earth. But if you do hell power will give you some natural protection. You hate how weaker gods feel in this version. I was telling Darkside Cookies earlier today. I talked to him a lot, apparently. I feel like Dominion's Enhance is really pushing the little Dominion 1 guys really, really hard because they're like 30 or 40 points for the chassis. It's kind of crazy. And meanwhile, the Titans are all like 250 to 300 points. So I don't know what the balance is trying to do. I don't know what the intention of balance is, but I feel like my first impression on looking at just how pretenders are costed is that they really want to hard push the little human tenders, especially with how many sacreds a lot of nations are get through summons now. I feel like a lot of nations that were not sacred nations suddenly are sacred nations because of how many just free summons they got. Right there again, and hopefully we can get around the table. Oh, right, I should probably bump up PD, but not at the cost of something else. I really want more Great Dreamwalkers. Except these... Oh, shoot, there's heavy cavalry in there, too. Um, well, I hope I win. We can do Bewitching Lights. We can do, like, advancing spells. The problem with Spear Walking is that the fatigue costs is so high. So let me think on this. Because False Fetters and Bewitching Lights would be really good against the horses. Let me see here. How was the fatigue of the Dream Hunter at the end of casting this? Okay, one cast was 77. For the second cast, he's out for the count. Okay, tell you what. Here is the Glamour Gem. Cast it once, and then just do advancing spells. And you can cast it once. I wish I could give him a gem, but I cannot. Yeah, I cannot. Okay, and provinces, please don't revolt. I don't see archers, but there might be archers, which is what scares me. Here's another Glamour Gem, just in case. Okay. Sounds good. I was mostly asked before I started discussing on Strongblood how it's innate, making it arguably a better grab than 2x PR. Strongblood, the 3-point blood one that you don't need to bless. I really like Strongblood because it gives you the disease resistance. Is it better than 2x PR? I mean, you're essentially just getting disease resistance for and not needing to bless it for 1 point. Because, 2 points go to poison resist 5, 2 points to strong blood, and then you have 1 point left over. I wouldn't say it's necessarily better or worse than 10 poison resistance. It depends on what you want to do. I want to see his attack animation again. He left like a weird shadow. No, stop running. I guess we'll see it in the next assassination. Because now they're behind the table and this breaks everything. just as people come in, again, my bless is, silly nonsense. Displacement. Wait, is displacement not incarnate only in this version? Or is that just a no winter thing? Alright, cast spells. No, don't cast blur, cast useful spells. They all have displacement already. Okay, channel divine glamour. Okay. Shit. They killed the warhorse. Or they... Okay. That's okay, I guess. I would rather like big stuns, but I guess I did tell them to do their own business. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I mean, this wasn't awful. I lost 2 hunters and a possum warrior. Ooh, that's a lot of gold. I kind of want that. Yeah, the rest can wait. There's heavy infantry again, so I'm gonna send this guy back home, and you guys keep going. I'm just gonna do this as well. Okay, cool. I need to bump up PD before I spend all this cash. Yeah, now I don't have cash for anything. Ideally, this is it. Ideally, there is nobody else in there. So I'm gonna prep to attack it. This expansion is awful, but that's okay. Probably. I wonder when Hellenica will be out. Hellenica is going to be a wild ride. So the thing with poison resistance 5 versus 10 Kairos is poison resistance 5 is not enough on its own to help you survive foul vapors. He does have like a weird shadow. So you need either poison resistance 10 or some sort of regeneration. That's cool. He leaves like a shadow behind. That's pretty cool. So you need poison resistance 10 or some sort of regeneration. Oh my god. Oh, now you guys attack. You need poison resistance 10 or some sort of regeneration to survive Foul Vapors, which Foul Vapors isn't even as strong in Dominion 6 now as it was in 5. But also with PR5, you can also just cast, regular poison resistance spells and you're okay. Whereas PR10, you just never need to cast the spells. So it's just things that you think of. And then sometimes you have old mages or death magic or something that you want the disease resistance for. Like, it's really good. Strongblood, I think, like, one of the best use cases is Late Age Agartha. Because you get use out of the old men not dying to disease. Death magic makes it difficult for them to die to disease or contract it, and then if they do, they have the Strongblood to help against it. But also later on, you can cast Skeletal Legion, and your Sacreds are not going to have as hard a time. And let me tell you, if you're playing a nation like Archacephaly or Kalum, and all of your units have spears, and your opponent is a blind fighter that has earth buffs and pierce resistance because of Skeletal Legion, you are not killing him. So it's a really overlooked spell because of that. Because you don't want to disease your own army, but if you have an army that can be diseased, then you should be fine. Nah. If you fight, you fight. Okay, that was pretty good, and that's apparently Machaca's cap circle. That'll be a pain in the ass later. Oh, look at that. I can come here anyways. Maybe I should have gone up Congregation 3 to get bling-ups. I could have used those for expansion. Because this is too small. These 12 units are just way, way too small. Did not find any commander. Great, which means that we are able to take the province. Okay. See, like, all of these expansion parties would be so awful without the spear walking. And that's like half the reason to take an awake researcher. It's because you need that arrow fend effect. Otherwise, this would just be a bloody mess. And then here, 19 heavy cav. This probably wouldn't have been too hard, but oh boy, no, he's small now. Okay, this can probably expand. I'll need a few mages with it. That's the one thing. I'll keep the small dude around. Okay, so I want you guys on hold. You guys are doing spear walking, stay behind troops. And then this guy's gonna do blessing, stay behind troops. I mean, realistically, it's advancing cast, but I don't want to fight Saramation because they have the damn heroic endurance. Okay, that's not awful. Oh shit, this is the whole cave system in Bidden that I haven't I haven't even looked at this. I haven't even looked at what nations are in the game. Sarmatia, Ubar, Shirnanog, Miklin, Machaka, another Fenascandia, and a Baratos. Okay. None of them should be in the cave, so I probably want to prioritize that. I'm gonna send this guy to kill these Amazons. Or maybe I should go to the throne and just start wiping out the throne. Let's figure out what's in there first. Before I just, lose my damn dude. Okay. Okay. And we're so close to Chaka's start. Oh, that looks like a swamp, but it says forest. And we're so close to both of them. But like this is such a good. Oh, that's not. No, but there's a throne here. I guess the question is, which one do I fight first? Can this beat this? I think so. I think we can wall up these barbarians. I think we'll be fine. And we have 470. Should I consider a Dream Speaker? I think so. I like the Dream Speakers because obviously they're the cap-only mage that does things and stuff, but they're cheaper per turn than the Dreamwalker, which is good. Which means I can eventually build a fort, right? You saw the buffs for Agartha in this? I don't even know if late age Agartha needs buffs. I think they're fine. People just try to do. You can go so many different routes with that nation, and I feel that everyone just tries to do everything, and it's like, no, you should choose a specific type of build. Are you building for your sepulcrals? Are you going to use shard whites? Are you going to light your crap on fire? And then they try to make the blind fighters early, and I don't think you should make them early. I might have overestimated our troops, but we'll see. Maybe I overestimated our troops. But maybe I didn't. Oh, the surround. The surround is never good. We can kill their leaders. Their leaders should be in the front line, technically. I see the three of them. Okay, I think we just killed one. Okay, we killed another one. The third one is here, right in the middle. And okay, there you go. In silly blesses we trust. IMO, the best buff is making the Blind Lord H1. Yeah. Making the Blind Lord Holy 1 would be massive. I'm just disappointed with the power disparity between the Divine Evocations. Divine Glamour would be awesome, but it only does 3 damage. Divine Air is really good because any shock damage is really good because it's done. The lightning bolt one. When I was testing a potential build for this nation, that was one of the ones I tested. Let me just grab the cave. Let me just grab this cave. I think we have to kill Sarmatia. Because that's also like another really good choke point. The moment they bring out a Hydra, I don't think I can kill a Hydra with my units. Maybe with the Maui warriors. I don't think I can kill Hydras. There's a chance they don't use the Hydras. I can kill everything else, right? You guys have Corpse Eater, Snake Tattoos. None of that matters. None of that matters. It's just the Hydra. Illusions. I mean, illusions could maybe no. The Hydras have a gazillion attacks. I would need a lot of illusions. No, the issue with it would be by the time the illusions can kill a Hydra, which mind you, they have really high magic resistance too, because they're mythological creature. By the time they are able to kill the Hydra, my entire army will be poisoned and dead. I need the bunyips, or not the bunyips, the Kinniger, the Kinniger. All right, luck is not very good into poison, so maybe if I just grab some Yowies and bunyips and just roll them like that. I don't have a lot of current income either. Hmm. You're gonna hit this, and you're probably just gonna die because they have flyers. What to do? Bump up the PD here so I don't look appetizing to Machaka. I don't want to keep going south. So I'll go to Cradle of Life, and maybe I can go somewhere else with that. We'll have an army here soonish. And I should look at a fort, and I'll probably put a fort in the Bountiful Land. Yeah, a fort in the Bountiful Land sounds good. Maybe if I get a lab there early. Oh, I'm going to drop before next turn. I'll do it next. If I get a lab there early, I can get a Punga and maybe go underwater. I start recruiting these guys. What difficulty do I usually set the AI to? I'm setting it to Mighty. I've heard that's the most balanced between the AI gives you a challenge, or in last week's case, kick my ass, or um, and then a balance between them being a challenge and then just sending too many units where you have to cheese them. None of those are good. I feel like on the super hard difficulties, the AI just gets so many troops, it's unrealistic. Like 10,000 troops in one army, and it's just like, bro, do you not have to feed your units? What the hell's going on? Okay, that's a pretty good fight. Mirror is sick for scouts? Yeah. Yeah, the little thing to summon one illusions. Hell yeah, those things are great. But all my mages are glamour. They can all do it. It's Grippa? Holy shit. Grippa, you're alive. This looks like nonsense. It was dumbass. Hey, Grippa. Hope you're doing well. Are you a doctor yet? Did you cure all these diseases? Yeah, that's fine. Poison barbs. Well, poison barbs is not going to affect the dude because he has a spear. This would be a problem. This guy would be an issue. There's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's way too many commanders. I'm not going to waste my time with that. Especially if I roll poorly, one of them just straight up kills my dudes. Um, yeah, that's not going to happen. Damn, a lot of Grippa appears though. Holy shit. What's in here? Coonies? Well, these bitches have Spirit Sight, so yeah, caves are not an issue. Okay, this guy, I'm gonna manually site search because now we're playing online, and I need to not be bad at this game. Great, you can come in there. Honestly, you join it. Oh, come in here. Oh wait, you can't reach him because you're small. Yeah, that's why he can't reach because he's tiny. He's size 2. Okay. More spear walking. Hold him attack closest. Bump all these people up. He's just a smaller person. You were doing better, and then you saw that I was streaming. Anyways, have fun. You might join a GOM game. Yeah. You've been getting the itch? Oh yeah, dude. There you go. Okay, now that way I've renamed him so that... Hold on. There you go. Now we're good with that. 4 months remaining. Next turn, I'll have some amount of money. Yeah, next turn I should have enough money, so I can actually go to the Bountiful Land. Let's swap over to Conjuration just for a little bit, and then we'll go back. Because I do want Group Luck. And the reason I'm not going for all the Dreaming is just because I can get a lot of these guys, and they can't cast any of the Dream spells, but they can all cast Group Luck. Okay, that's a really good event. Thaumaturgy is cheaper. I ain't doing any of that. Okay, this should be easy. Super easy. One benefit of the super slow expansion is that my scales have spread everywhere, right? So now everywhere should have magic power. Like, yeah. Pretty good. How do we do underground? I don't know how good we'll do overall underground. There's a lot of low attack skill enemies down here, so maybe we'll be fine. Fire elemental. I mean, I have no armor, but I technically have fire resistance, so maybe I'm okay. Maybe I just chilling. Chill. Fuck, there's Zula. This expansion is very tight. I do not like this. Shades and Shade Beasts. I don't know. Cynocephalians. I don't know about Cynocephalians and Shade Beasts. Ah, shoot. I think with 20 units, 17 sacreds, I think that's as far as I go. And I might need to pick an enemy. Cookies was mentioning that um, naps with the AI is kind of cheesy, so I'm not going to do those this time around. We'll see what I end up doing then. I think I'll just take the fight to Saronation. Okay, you build yourself a lab. And I should be able to recruit one Tahunga. Whatever. They're really good. You can get like water threes with them randomly. You do you with the Diblo feature. No, man, it's single player, but I'm in front of peoples. So we're here to make entertaining content. And so, okay, I hope that completes beforehand. I don't know if it does or does not, but I hope it does. God, of course, these guys. Machakos. Well, you know what? No. Maybe I should just go for Machako because their Lion Warriors aren't going to do jack against my magic weapons. So you know what? Yeah. Screw Machako. All right, let's get all you guys this way. Sorrow is stacking up on our border. I really don't have the stuff to defend it. Like the PD that I can bump up. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the Diplo stuff, but I'll do PD jumps instead. And then with the water magic, I think it's this. No, that's what rings of water breathing. There's like a spell. I'll need this too before they go into water. There's a spell that they can do that lets them like give themselves water breathing. I don't know which one it is though. We'll find out once we have the caster. Grippo, most of these games are probably hosted on Lucids. If it's an iFlight game, it's probably on Lucids. Yeah, that's a lot of archers. This would have been bad without spear walking. Hell yeah. Yeah, because they have really good shields too. Okay. If you're in a Nog in Ubar's cap circle, good. Just don't attack me. Just don't attack me and we're okay. Yeah, I kind of want to get be stuff site searched sooner rather than later. How many do we have here? 20, 34. That could probably be... Oh, we have to go through here. Okay, that's just go through there. It's a cool cavern. Oh, and I like that you can see the rest of the map as the background. I didn't notice that the first time I looked. Oh, wow, that's actually really cool. Oh, I mean, yeah, that's really cool. How interesting. Dubros. Okay. And then we'll see if... Granted, you're going on a honeymoon in 2 weeks. Everyone's going on their honeymoons this year, man. Where are you heading, Grippa? Are you also doing Japan? Sweet, I did get the chick. Okay, so there you go. Gift of water breathing 60. Oh, I need water gems. Huh. That's okay. Enchant algae. This one works too. Gift of water breathing 50. I might need both. And if I need both, then I'll just do a I don't I'll just do a dreamer right now. If I need both, then I'll just do yeah, I'll empower. Or not empower, I'll alchemize. I'll alchemize my gems. Okay, conjuration is soon. Keep site searching quickly. Bump this up to a wooden fort. That is so cool that the map does this. See, Agrippa. Oh, Japan is next year. Huh. We were gonna do Italy. Yeah, that's kind of the thing that we did, man. We were gonna do Italy and Greece stuff, and then we opted for Japan first, and we're doing Italy and Greece in 2 weeks. Or not really Italy. Bro, this map is so cool. Caves. Let's have everyone move in there. And I'm really curious if this is gonna... So let me not move in there. Okay, we have all these moving that way. Okay. Now with Conjuration 3, I can start summoning crap, which is good. You did Mexico for yours and you fucked up a little? What do you mean? Is Mexico dangerous? Yep, see? Good thing I did not attack this province. Maybe he's just futzing around and he wants to go underground. Okay. I don't know what he's doing, and it worries me. Get some bunyips. Okay, can you go underwater? No, that's definitely not enough. So let's alchemize one water gem and cast the water breathing one. Because you need more than that, and then you're also going to need alteration or enchantment 2? Enchantment 2 to activate your tattoos. And this one, any conjuration 4 for the Kinney Gur, and then after that, I can actually play the game. Then I'll have most of the things that I need. You can cast your water breathing spell. You're site searching. You're site searching. We're chilling recruiting things here. Maybe another fort would be good. Uber's Cap Circle might be a good spot. That might be too far flung, but we can get there in one turn. We don't want to do it on the waste because I can recruit these assassins on the wastes. They're sacred, but not. But they're not. They can't bless themselves. But we can get around that. We have water magic and stuff. You drank the resort bottled water that turns out was from a local source. Oh, oof. I think family did that recently with the Dominican Republic, and it did not go well either. To say the least, that's where I still have this cough from. And oh shoot, it is Sombra. How you doing? All right. You are just site search. You can hopefully go underwater with 20 dudes. Um, can you take more? Yes, this item. 3 water gems, 6 astral gems. I mean. Uh, okay. That way. This guy's searching there. I don't know what. Like, I want to fight these damn Machakans, but they keep running around with this massive army. Let's add the bunyips. How fast are they? Combat speed 18. I kind of don't want them to just rush forward and fight. I'd rather my normal troops fight first. Should I just summon a few more? Why not? Why not summon some more? Ah, here's Fenascandia. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and assassinate a random Machakan commander and kind of hope that that works. And we're going to go back to, oh shoot, we have a lot of gold. We have a lot of resources in my cap, so why not make a cap circle fort here? And now that we have a dreamer, maybe I go to the Dunes of Death and I start recruiting some dudes. Because we need to spend this gold. I did want to bump up my PD everywhere so that the AI doesn't just wallop me like last time. Okay. At least I want to say that the AI kind of respects that stuff, right? There's a nice road between our. Yeah. I think Machaka's. There's also a road between us and Star Nation. There's just roads everywhere. Okay. We're committing to the Machaka attack. I don't know how we're going to kill the Serpent Chaos, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Okay, this is good. If we kill the Wet One Captain, then then all the Wet Ones go away. So we're going to attack here. Our first attack. Good. Yeah, let's hit this one first. Hold an attack, and I want you to cast activate tattoos and stay behind troops and get some like bodyguards because the underwater shit loves encircling your crap. Okay, drop the fort. Agrippa's tiny friend is not going to join us. Can you cast anything useful that I can't already do? Honey Ant Dreaming. Honey Ant Dreaming wouldn't be bad, but they're also going to be Machaka has fire magic. So I don't know how much I really want to do that. Affects animals. Are bunyips animals? They are. What buff can I give to the animals? Twist Fate, Beast Fury. Beast Fury wouldn't be bad. Neither would Savage Strength. Um, I think they would want. I feel like they hit hard enough. They might want more attack skill to guarantee that they land those hits. So I think I'll go with that. Actually, I will send Agrippa's tiny friend. And I'm gonna have this guy cast Beast Fury. Beast Fury stay behind troops. Let me assign some bodyguards to him because he's a raggedy old man, unlike the other units that are here. We're back to just summoning the Great Dreamwalkers because we have a good amount of site searchers and they'll be summoners later. Let's go over here and build a fort that way too. This province has a lot of magic. The Lion Queen, 2 huge spider. Okay, so the Solar Serpent might not be there. Okay. How are we doing on Conjuration? Conjuration 4 is a ways. Yeah. Good. Tattoos are such a weird Dominions mechanic. I've never seen them be really that relevant. Against well, the thing was that in Dominions 5, literally everyone took magic weapons. And so there was almost no purpose in using invulnerability in any shape or form. Uh, just because everyone had magic weapons, right? It didn't matter. But here in Dominion 6, I think you can get away with tattoos and invulnerability in general. Not many players have magic weapons. Not bad. So I think they're pretty good now. Obviously, spells are still gonna, tear your shit up. It is what it is. Like we'll get a witch doctor with this raid. Nice. Taken out. Didn't some tattoos also increase combat speed? Like, yes, each tattoo has a secondary effect on it. So like these guys have more tattoos, which I think they count more. They give you more invulnerability than normal. And then wolf tattoos, which give you attack skill. Okay, so the final form is 13 invulnerability, which I think is just these two twice, or something like that. So now they're a little bit better. You see the wolf tattoo gave them a little bit of attack skill. It doesn't say it did though, but they're at 13 and they should be at 11. Interesting. It's some sort of ranged attack with no audio. Okay. So now with 13 protection or 16 against mundane attacks, I think they're going to be much better off. Maybe. I mean, they'll still get netted and killed potentially. Oh, there you go. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. I lost 3 of them. Yeah, that was pretty good. I gotta move this guy closer. There you go. So the bunyips are really good. I prefer them over the Yowies. You get more Yowies per cast, but I like the bunyips for the fear aura that they're going to get, and they're a little bit more durable when attacking into enemy provinces because they don't really care about the magic scales. Whereas the Yowies do care about magic scales and otherwise have very low protection. You do get a significant amount more Yowies per cast, though. So that's something to note. That's unfortunate. These guys got lit on fire. Okay. So it's a good first wave. That looks to be the primary Machakan army. So does this. And they're all probably going to converge on the capital. And so will I then. Yes, I'll recruit units. No, let me get possum warriors because that's all archers. The fort is done. I have 2 CP, right? Okay, good. We have a lot of gold, so I can get the Karaji, which are actual mages, cast actual freaking spells. Oh, there's Baratos. I can probably beat these tridents and then come up here for a resupply of my dudes. Okay, we'll do one more assassination. Or maybe I should stealth and take Jaburnia and then meet them in Snextra. Yeah, let's do that, actually. Here's Fenascandia. Yeah, and then we'll meet them in Snextra. Bump up the PD in case they want to try to take it back this turn. Iron Peaks doesn't matter. Do we have Thaumaturgy 5 yet? No, not yet. Once we get Thaumaturgy 5, then it'll be really difficult for them to kill our units. Ah. Fireflies normally would be a good spell against these guys, but I am fire resistant. Okay, this should be an easy fight. Yep. Like purple is the tridents. I'll speed that up and see how that goes. This activate tattoos not having sound effect is really off-putting. That was pretty good. And then Iron Peaks doesn't matter, but maybe we can see what their army looks like. They have an ostrich. Listen, I'm not a modder, guys, but why does an ostrich have a magical weapon? Like, I'm no mod maker here, but I guess they're fast, but I wouldn't say it's magical. So yeah, that seems like a bug right there. I would want to say that doesn't seem like it'd be good. Spider Clan archers with the poison arrows. That's gonna be annoying. Spider riders, the same thing. Oh no, they don't have the poison arrows, but they'll have the web. And the lion warriors, which don't matter. Okay. Ooh, and a free magma river. That's gonna be really helpful. I don't tend to use my earth or my fire gems as much on this nation. Maybe I should. You can hit that, and you can hit that. Let's go grab some more warriors. Okay, come here, let's build that village. Build another village. Did I ever bump this up? There we go. I need to do that as well. Which is like purple, that's the one we just took. Bump that up. That's just getting more possum warriors. This. We need to go back to getting our dream speakers because we're going to need to summon Kinney Gur, and we can't summon Kinney Gur with just glamour. We need nature magic as well. Hold on. You need to attack into this province, which means you can cast Group Luck. Not yet. Spear walking, I guess. Oh. Oh, crap. I didn't notice I lost the commander. That would have been bad. Okay. Put this guy with the bunyips. We got spear walking on the bunyips and spear walking there. Okay. Go ahead and send these over. Or do we do another just 5 cast the bunyips? Yeah. Get me more. Okay, and then we'll take all that over, and then that should be enough to actually be able to damage the fortifications in Machaka. It'll help too if I preach it down, so I might just send all of these Great Dreamwalkers to preach down Machaka itself. And why does an ostrich have 6 protection? I mean, probably the feathers. I don't know. Animals are weird. Birds are extra weird. Oh, shit. That's unfortunate. Death weapons need not eat. Disease resistance, undead leadership. I mean, that's fair. I don't feel like. Oh, yep. That's. There's no role to protect against poison touch. You just get poisoned. Yeah. That's unfortunate, but this guy did good for a while. Hopefully we get more later. There you go. Rip. All right, now we should have a bunch of units. Let's get all of this. That's an impressive map move. Everyone preach. You can do like a search. And now everything should mostly be site search, other than like Lake Purple. Okay. Let's send this guy underground. Pretty good. Oh, not good. It's somewhat even. And this person can site search above ground. I don't think I will need more of those. And let's build here a lab and a temple. Move these guys over. They're going to be casting. I guess I don't have the dreaming spells yet, so they can just cast luck. You can just cast luck for now. This will be group luck in a second, or not group luck. It'll be all these little dreaming spells. I guess this guy can cast it. No? This one? You do honey ant dreaming. And so, for those that don't know of Alchera, because I didn't really know, these little dreaming spells give you uh, twist fate. Ooh. They give you twist fate. Let me show them. They're all here in enchantment, and they're like every single one of the non-cat mages can cast these unless they roll double glamour. So they all give you twist fate, but then they also give you something else. Honey ant dreaming gives you bark skin, and it's pretty good, precision range, but the herb effect is pretty large. Emu Dreaming is the one I'll probably need to use the most later on because it gives me strength +4, which is pretty useful. Kangaroo Dreaming just moves up my combat speed, which, I mean, that's not too useful for me, I think. So it's mainly Honey Ant and Emu Dreaming, which are good. Later on, there's other major spells. Okay, let's move on and step on Machaka. We'll have group luck before we actually storm the fort, hopefully. Yeah, looks like Veritas is the one taking over the underground. That's okay. Okay, this is completed. Let's drop a temple and let's stop making Karajis and make more Dreamers. And let's stop making units as well. I need to be able to build these things up. And once I start getting more Dreamers, I start getting more magic, and we can actually do something more than just blessing spear walking. I feel like these possum warriors should just be maybe bodyguards of things. Okay. Yeah. We have this person searching because they have the water 1 path that I won't otherwise get. Alchera has big dreams this game. I mean, it's all the glamour magic, huh? Oh shit, they got Shark Knights. I think we got all of them. How are the sharks in Dominion 6 now? Crap ton of hit points. A really accurate attack. Wow. Sharks are pretty scary in this one then. How big are they? Size 7? Yeah, Shark Knights look like they're really good. These Chads are just chilling. But no Cloud of Dreamless Slumber access? No, I think only the multi-hero has the Glamour Air Crossbow, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that looks like a surefire win. It's just the province defense, so let's just see how our buffs get painted. Yeah. Blur. Definitely do not need anyone. Oh, I guess I didn't script them. That's why they're casting dumb spells. Okay, I mean, it's not perfect coverage, but we'll take it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and now they're going to really do what they can. Moderately damaged. So last game, I didn't mess around and abuse the AI as much as I maybe should have. And so this game, I'm not going to make that mistake. I'm going to have no mercy with the AI because they pissed me off last game. Okay, good. That's all the underwater. Oh, no, there's one over here. Make the kids. Yeah, water mages now, too. Not bad. I need to make at least one item to go underwater. Get that one. So that we can send this guy underwater and he can search all the glamour sites down there as well. We have a lot of fire gems. Fire ants. I remember fire ants having like a pretty good attack in Dominions. Screw it. Let's just summon them just to see what the heck they even do, right? Okay. Another Veiled Valley. This is like our third one. Okay. We have a battle in Snowford. Oh, here's the Pretender with a lightless lantern. The casual Death 10 snake, though, would have been horror marked. Yeah, because he has the lightless lantern. You never ever want your Pretender to get horror marked. But 16 protection is kind of a lot. And regeneration. And lifesteal, I'm assuming? An area of effect 1? Okay, but it's not a lifesteal, it's just a really strong weapon. Hmm. I don't know how this will go. 16 protection, like I should be able to kill it. Like these guys should be able to damage it. Both of them, the bunyips and these other guys. It's just will it rout my troops before I can kill it? The rest of the army doesn't concern me as much. If I lose this, this is really bad. Earlier, I had said DE was bringing back some of the Titans' power. Are they cheaper? No. What I've noticed, at least with with the Titans available to this nation, is where I paid more attention. Is they made the Titans stronger, but also more expensive. So I feel like they're not really hitting. I don't know. Some of the Titans are really, really good if you want to get an incarnate. So you can get like a Titan that starts with Air 3 and then has some other paths. And then that makes it really easy for you to get like Thunder Weapon, for example. And I think that is really cool. But the problem is that they made other options cheaper or different. Oh yeah, this guy's getting his ass beat. So it's kind of like Titans are better in Dominions Enhanced than Vanilla, but then so is everything else. So you kind of run into the same issue. And then they also gave a lot of nations summonable Titans later in the game. That, you know, obviously since they're not your pretender, like, do you really have to risk them? They also have that immortality where you can just summon them again if they die, even if they get soul slayed. So they're in a weird spot. Um, on nations not like this. Ooh, did I hit him with curse luck again? On other nations, I'm gonna be more. I can do better to get Titans, but I feel like this nation really wanted that early research. This was badass. Kick their ass. Titan, the serpent got away, but that's whatever. Kind of neat hero. Hero on demand, yeah. Yeah, no, the Dominion 1 mages I think are ridiculous. Like the Great Sage is like 30 design points. That's really stupid. That's really, really stupid. Like, why would that be 30 design points? Makes no sense. But hey, you know, I just work here. I just play this game, you know? Let's look at these ants. An armor piercing sting attack. They have no magic resistance, but they're mindless, so that's okay. Their attack skill isn't that great, but since they're an animal, you can bump it up. 20 map move, 4 encumbrance. Okay. These aren't bad. They're not bad. They're not bad at all. Do I want to summon them on repeat? I mean, I can. And units are good. So why not? I can, and units are good. So why not? That's a good enough reason, I think. Okay, there's some death magic, which is good. Unfortunately, we have to go back to Machaka this turn because this is the turn they're going to try to break siege. And we need to keep their out. Okay, you found nothing, that's okay. Oh, crud. He can wait a turn, that's fine. Making sure I'm not recruiting anything anywhere else. just dreamers and infrastructure and problems defense. I think that's fine. But you know what? Yeah, let's just do that. That won't count. Okay, and then this force has 308 siege strength. We need to break 500 wall integrity. We should hopefully wipe them out now. That's a lot of summons. We have stopped recruiting there. I think once we finish that, we'll just go all the way. Alea has a more powerful astral sight. Well, we can't do much about that right now. Yeah, let's keep researching. I want to summon the fire ants. I'll do that soon. Let's just get to Thaumaturgy 5 before I storm Machaka's capital. So I can get group luck. Okay, this is dreadful. I like the gems, but this is not worth. That's not even worth watching. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was. This is fine. Okay, that's fine. This is less fine. Bastards. I was going to use that to go places. That's annoying. There's a lot of gems coming out of here. I might have really wanted to recruit Makata. Walls are moderately damaged. Okay, that's fine. I think we just let everything keep going this turn as is. Next turn we'll have our better spells. We'll deal with these assholes later. There's also going to be another problem where it's just something with really high protection. That's a great state search. Some stuff with really high protection and regeneration. So I'll have Bachaka's walls down next turn, which is good. This guy can go ahead and site search. I didn't realize I had gotten a lightless lantern at some point. Okay. Well, Thamascandia is on both sides. I wonder if his capital's like here or something. Okay, this guy is right on time for me to summon the Kinney Gur when I get them. But for now, let's fix all the scripting here. This needs to be group level. We have spear walking as number 1, group level number 2. Can't do that. That's not really helpful to us. This guy really has nothing to do. If I take him up to, no. Let's prayer of illusion. No, blur. Yeah, there's not much for this guy to do. That's not ideal. I guess he can battle fury things. Okay. Anyways, we'll keep going with the rest. Now, this guy's doing the beast fury in the back line. That's probably fine too. Move some of these guys forward because we don't need all the group lux in the back here. Okay. And then we just keep that siege. One thing I did forget to do, and I should have been doing, is preaching down the Dominion so that I get magic scales in here. I think the walls are going to break next turn anyway, so it kind of doesn't matter. But I'm going to do it anyways. Okay, do I have any indie units that are good? Because my non-sacred units are kind of trash. I mean, even literally India heavy infantry would be pretty good. Definitely not warfare though. Yeah, India heavy infantry might be good. But I'm right, I have sloth scale, so not even. Barbarians would be fantastic, but at that point, you just get the Malin. How much glamour am I making? 12. Let's just have Yowies on repeat. And one person on fire ant on repeat. And then once I take back this province, we'll be positive on those. And then Kinney Gur are 5 nature gems, so we're already going to be net neutral on nature gems with the Kinney Gur. Okay. Chaka is breached, so let us go in there. And we are immediately going to storm. Do some attack rear. Now, the one thing with storming, no, we're not going to storm. We're going to maintain the siege. We're going to take a quick detour. I think I've learned a little bit of lessons from... I know I want these on, but we're going to take some body ethereal. I don't want to get stuck in the door again and lose my whole army. So we're going to make some units ethereal and have them on attack rear. We're not dealing with that BS again. What about here? What about there? Kaoni's. Can demons get affected by luck? Kaoni's probably wouldn't be bad units to make in mass, other than the unrest and the undisciplined. Yeah, I don't like any of my options. Probably should lab that, report that. Get the Crystal Amazons. I mean, I know I can technically get their Sacreds. Not that great, but kind of expensive. Okay. Do I have enchantment? Okay, good. Conjuration 4 and then run up enchantment. Let's go building. Build the lab, build a fortified village. That's already bumped up. Okay. You can go back to Yowies on repeat, and you can go to Fire Ants on repeat. This guy's a casual Glamour 4. Holy shit. How do you do a Glamour 4? Have that guy do Yowies on repeat. We'll get an extra 1. It's something. Okay, let's head back now. Okay, now as for these armies, who can do astral magic, guys? You guys are all going to be on the top. And we're going to have the bunyips. All the bunyips. All the bunyips are going to go through the top. We'll have one dude to do group luck, and one dude to spear walk them. Everyone else can kind of be here, and they'll be on hold and attack rear, hold and attack closest, hold and attack archers, hold and attack rear, hold and attack whomever. Honestly, we should be assigning these guys as bodyguards just to maybe absorb arrows or keep our mages alive, you know? The Great Demon, these guys are badasses. They don't need bodyguards. Okay, and now we have at least one magic skill in here, so I think we're good to go. Bodyfield for spear walking. Okay, that's probably fine. And then after that, we'll take this throne, and then we'll see how we actually can win this game. I need 8 ascension points, which means 4 thrones. We're going to have this one just kind of guaranteed. 2 of them through Saromacia. Maybe I can do a better job scouting. No, I don't think Machaka gets me any thrones, but it'll get me a good capital. And the rest of the stuff should fall easily, I hope. Because our magic's going to get kind of bullshit later on. There's some spell combinations that I was told beforehand that are pretty deadly. They're not deadly, but I get a lot of free crap. And free crap is good. Oh, the gate guard kind of don't walk out, so they prevent the rest of the army. Okay, no. I was gonna say the gate guard kind of stands still so that the army doesn't go through. That'd be impressive. Oh, come on, bunyips. You guys gotta go around the back. There you go. They can just straight up eat munch on all the archers on top of the walls. I can imagine them, they dive into the wall and they're just kind of like pulling their legs down. Be kind of spooky. Okay, elephants are routing. That's always good. They can hopefully kill the mages in the back. I noticed there's no like really good mages. I'm assuming that's because they all got assassinated earlier. There you go. That worked out pretty well. We lost 2 bunnips. Okay, Fennoscandia declared war, which is going to be annoying, but whatever. Okay, this is Machungwa. His head is on fire. Who brought? He's the ancestor of the Maui people that brought them all to Alchera in a great canoe when disaster befell their homeland. The spirits of Tane Matahuta, Tauriri Matea Tumatuanga, and Tangaroa feared their own destruction and begged shelter in his canoe, in exchange for which he learned mastery over over nature, sea, sky, and man. After a long absence, he has returned to lead his people to glory. He is a fantastic leader. Holy shit. It's a +4 morale bonus. Uh, none of this explains why his head is on fire, mind you. That is a good site searcher for now. We'll give him some bodyguards. He's not sacred. He's not sacred. Do I have any equipment? I cannot give him anything. I hope he doesn't die, like the Fennoscandian hero guy did. Okay. No, we need to march out. We need to just keep moving. But I will leave this guy, or I'll leave one dude behind. He will build a temple. We're going to return you guys. They did fine. They did fine. Start recruiting crystal sorceresses. Pegasus riders are kind of expensive. I don't know if I want them, but why not? More sacreds is good sacreds. Okay, and then once we get enough of these units, we can try to take this throne. Do you have Kinigure yet? No. Okay, we do. So this guy, just start summoning those. I don't think I flashed the summons, but I think they're kind of the quintessential units of the nation. So we have the Yaoi, which these guys really need magic or high level of magic to function because otherwise their stats are whatever. Their claw attack is deceptive; it's 2 attacks to the same target. Um, but they really rely on that magic power to bump up their stats because their protection is really low. Their morale is good, but they can get repelled often because their defense skill is kind of awful. Bunyip, on the other hand, has a lot more protection, and more importantly, they have that fear aura, so it really doesn't matter if they're landing their hits, but they have better attack and defense skill anyways, so they're good for that. These are trash, and we're going to get a lot of these for free later, but they're complete trash. The bite attack is only sometimes. They have negative storm power. Trash. But this thing's a monster. This is like a Seir on steroids. I don't know what regular Seir stats look like, but these things are really good. Later on, we get like mages, these Taniwa. I haven't even looked at how you summon these. They're aquatic though, which is kind of an issue. This guy who looks pretty badass, like a really cool Cyclops. He's a big astral caster, which we'll need later. We have a rainbow serpent, but I think this is like Conjuration 9. This thing's kind of insane. It does things. Astral's kind of low, but it is what it is. And this is like an assassin you send at people. His stats are kind of awful. But if he lands a hit, it's pretty good. But his stats are kind of awful. Anyways. Fennoscandia had declared war, but I kind of don't want to fight Fennoscandia because I won't get throne access. Whereas eating Machaca, I'll have access to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I think that's how I win right there. So Saramatia and Machaca, and then we're good. Maybe this throne, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, we're really rolling in riches, so I think we need to start either bumping up my province defense even more, which can get very expensive very fast, or dropping forts everywhere. Or, actually building units, but I think these possum warriors are complete trash. I might have no choice but to use them just because I'm going to need bodies on the field, though. So it is what it is. Okay, 2 magic sites. Assuming the pretender died here. Yep. This is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. I was kind of hoping bumping up the PD to that ridiculous level was going to be enough, but apparently not, man. Let's start getting Karajis here in Machaka. And in over here, because we're going to need armies. Just have these guys come over. It's a double factor. This pretender is an inspiring researcher, so technically I'll get some value of moving these dreamers over, but also I'm just doing it to condense our forces into the same spot. And then we'll march out. Scanning is going to be annoying. Not a big deal. Technically, I could go through them to access Vicliffe, but the Baratos is in the way. On that note, let me make some scouts and just see what the other thrones are doing. That looks like an easy throne for me. Shades and Kithrionic Lions, who all die to magic weapons. Not concerned at all. And I can't make assassins because the Dunes of Death is full of this asshole. And maybe this army can kill him, but I need some generals. All right, we have plenty of battles. So Fenascandia is marching on, so let's actually see what their army looks like. These hooligans, susceptible to fire, Bone Trident, pretty good. Their stats are kind of awful. Okay, we got the Fenethi Saturi, which are fine. A bundle of infantry, no tussers, which is good. Regenerating armored trolls would be bad. Some carrion beasts, interesting. And Bane. Okay, and do we see their bless? And what spells they're casting? What's this thing? Oh, the big giants. Okay. No bless nor. Okay. Okay. So Machaka attacks me to try to retake their capital with whatever they can. All of these. Nichie. These guys look pretty cool. Enchanted Spear and Vulnerability 5. That's not particularly good. They have really good stats. Yeah, it's going to be unfortunate for me. Okay, and then I move into Gaifa, but so does Ternanog. That's not really a big deal. I'm hoping I probably win this. And Spot Their Bless. Which is not particularly good. Okay. I mean, the attack rear could have been bad, but I think we're good. Yeah. Okay. And we get another Dream Hunter. That's good. This Dream Hunter, actually, we're also just going to randomly set him to auto site search because we want the death site search going on. And it was kind of important for us to get Skyfall because, oh, that's in Turnanog's capital, or cap circle, that's going to be annoying. It's important for us to get it because that's how we're going to access the throne there. I really don't want to get entangled in a lot of random wars. What brings the undisciplined to this? This idiot. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, but I think the ants are going to be a critical factor in being able to kill this one little guy. Just go to the front. And these are all magic beings, yeah. Let's just send some of these guys with them as well. And this guy. And so you guys will be on hold and attack. You go. Okay. Guy, I would like to do emo dreaming. This guy, I don't care for either of those, so I would like him to do group luck. This guy, I guess, will also do group luck. And this guy will do blessing. It's definitely not enough blessing, but it will be fine, probably. Okay. And then we'll clear those guys out, and then we'll turn around and send those up to Lapintha and get this throne. This army, we're going to try to send it back to Machaka itself. Can you summon or do anything productive while you're in there? I don't know what marrows are. I'd rather he keep his gems. You know what they can do? There's a ritual spell to create a bunch of rings of water breathing, and I don't have it, so never mind. Never mind. Yeah, always for okay. And I think we very quickly used up a lot of our gold, but in return we've gotten a lot of infrastructure, a lot of mages and units coming out. So that's good. Ooh. Help fortress. Don't mind if I do. Okay, so now the royal army kind of looks like this. Not royal, it's just a bunch of dudes, ants, were rodents, and red-eyed apes. Okay, so we got Badmergast, who comes with storm armor, a lucky sword, and fear aura, which is bad, and his casual defense skill 31. Jesus Christ. Casual 31 defense skill. That's absolutely insane considering I'm trying to hit him. And he has a very durable griffin. That's a problem too. The ants have armor piercing, so if they land, they can do some poison damage. We've got people already failing the morale rolls. Oh, this guy's got animal all, but they have infinite morale, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is not ideal over here for sure. Hopefully the ant kind of kills him. Same thing over here. Hopefully the ant just kind of kills this guy. They have, those armor piercing attacks. And then the pissed off Kenny Gurr that hit hard as hell. Ethereal, 27 perception. This guy doesn't regenerate though. Neither does Griffin. I should have had him on attack rear. I might lose this. Ooh. Winter's Chill is a good spell. Just literally this one ant is the one doing all the work. There's no way he can land a hit at this point though. Okay. He's getting poisoned, which is good. That means he's going to go to 0 defense. He's also berserking, so yeah. Oh my gosh. Can somebody... No, they're all on attack closest. Okay, this guy's going to start taking some false damage. While these guys hopefully just distract him forever. The Griffin is almost down, actually. The Griffin was poisoned, wasn't it? You guys are Chads also for not running, despite the morale. This was poor scripting on my end that is making this a lot closer than it really had any business needing to be. Yowies and the magic dominion. You see how now their defense skills a lot better, their attacks are better. This guy's just casually sniping a dude every time. Okay, Griffin is down. If these guys could do a little bit more false damage to Badmerghast, that'd be great. That looks pretty cool. Root Blur, that's not the spell, dude. Okay, but it looks like... Okay, we broke through over here. Thank God. Okay. And hey, we kept some pretty good gear. That we are not going to actually equip on these guys. We're going to put that on other people. Okay. Why is this guy diseased? Is there like an event? Oh. Fire in the lab. We're under siege in the Bountiful Land. Okay, well we can take them. 400 units though. I have 130. We can take them. I think so. I think so. But let's make sure we actually script the people that are going. Hide researchers. This guy's doing emu dreaming. Pluck, pluck. We're not doing spear walking, but I don't think they had. I mean, they have javelins, but they don't have a lot of ranged attacks, and so I don't think I will do spear walking. Group luck might handle it on their own. We have a decent amount of sacreds, so maybe I should be blessing them instead, and I don't have hotkey for blessing. Fire ants are in the back. They're getting emu dreaming. These guys are on the side. Everything else is just a bundle in the middle. Okay, so now my pretender is also small and blind. That's not ideal. I was going to consider taking him over there as well. What can he cast in combat? That might be useful. Thinking more of a buff so that he doesn't have to march forward, but honestly, him doing the dreaming spells will probably do the entire army because of how much glamour he has, and it's 5 per caster. Beast-Tide Warriors sounds good. I remember there's a spell somewhere that's really, really good that breaks armor, but that's not a problem. We don't have armor. Yeah, let's send this guy with him, but I do want some bodyguards for him. And now with him being there, I'm not gonna have to actually bless anything. So all these guys doing blessing can just do group luck or something. Because right, this is my dominion, yeah. And for him, I want him to do. He can Iron Skin himself and then do Emu Dreaming. Let me have him also regenerate himself just in case. What's that boar skin? Yeah. I think that's good for him. Which means you guys can go back to doing group luck. I think that'll be fine. I had wanted this army to go and actually fight for the throne, but this will this will have to do. Everyone else up here is summoning, which is good. This guy is researching. Now he should come over here and summon things so that we can fight on this throne. I feel like you guys liked it better when I was getting my ass beat as Fenascandia. Okay, so yeah, I guess the ants are gonna run forward because they're undisciplined. We don't have tight rain or anything like that. Okay, how big is the emu draining on the pretender? Holy shit, that thing's massive. So the emu dreaming again, it's going to give everyone twist fate, but it's also going to give them +4 strength, which a lot of the creatures that Alchera summons are very kind of like high attack, high damage, but no defense. So this is a big fight. This is way more than they had earlier. They got more archers too. Maybe I should have done the spear walking. That's a mistake. I feel like I didn't even paint group luck that well, if I'm honest. These guys are blessed though, right? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I didn't even paint group luck very well. Like, this does not look good. And if this loses, then I also lose my Pretender. He's just casting Erosion of Time, whatever that does. Looks like Decay. It looks like they're casting Spear Walking, but they're still far behind. But not ideal. I wonder if these guys are yelling, these elephants. Are they trampling their own units? Or... Oh, okay, we had some back here. Okay, my Pretender has run up to the front. He's casting Spear. That's really good. Fireflies followed the Censure. This looked bad for a while, and then suddenly worked out. So I'm kind of okay with this. But it definitely looked bad for a bit. Okay. What did we... Ooh, we lost a lot. We didn't lose a lot of our Sacreds, actually. That's the most impressive thing. We mostly lost Yowies and Fire Ants. Yeah, the Dreamwalkers freaking kicked ass. Wow. Color me impressed. We also fought in Machaca. This is definitely less impressive fight, so we can get past it. There's a more powerful death sight in Cradle of Life. Well, I will check that out myself. Okay, so then if this is the last province Machaca has, let's go ahead and just deal with that. So let's do Blessing on this guy, Group Lup, Spear Walking, and call it a day there. You're already here, you can site search that, why not? Oh, we got a new hero, Maui the Trickster. Demigod of the Sea with legendary exploits. He's cast into the sea at birth, saved from drowning by the Taniwa, and raised by Rangi, the spirit of the sky. The jawbone of his grandfather is his talisman, and his feats include stealing fire from an angry spirit and slowing down the passage of the sun. A great hero, he is also a trickster and sometimes a glory hound. When quick wits and quick reflexes aren't enough, he relies on his legendary luck, which seems to be contagious. The luck is inspiring to those around, however, it is unreliable and sometimes affects others, deserting Maui just when needed most. I wonder if it's that fool's luck. Jawbone Hook, 2 times versus undead and demons. That's pretty good. He's amphibian and he has got great sailing. He's a good unit leader. And really heavy on the tattoos. So he'll have a lot of invulnerability if he activates his own tattoos. That's pretty good. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. I don't necessarily want to take the fight to Fenascandia, but this is my province and it has a really good uh, site on it that I kind of want. So I'm going to take it back politely and then just hope that he doesn't take ultimate offense to that and fight me for the rest of the game like Pangea did before. Please and thank you. Please don't do that. Please don't fight me forever. I'll be eternally grateful. You can do this thing now, right? Yeah. Fenascandia is also attacking me on this side. Oh my lord. This definitely is going to be... It's going to be that game again. They're just going to be like Pangea. We just need more things. We should summon new Daimons too. Those create events. I kind of want more Bunyips, not Yowies. Let's see. Let's see. Summon. What can you make? Water kobolds, bugbears, deep water spirits. If all of my units had fire resistance, I'd say fire drakes would be really good. Same thing for the ice drakes, but ice drakes will really tear my own shit up. Just make bunyips. Oh, here's Miklin's capital. I guess that's why these guys were fighting there. Um, take this, and then we'll work on these thrones. Okay, we just got the Illumium Veil. And so this is the remainder of the Fenascandian army, which I hope does not amount to much. As all our weird creatures run into each other now. This is why I'm definitely not used to early age games where front lines are just trolls and fishmen. I don't even want to try to figure out what the hell this thing is. Definitely a lot of crap. Okay, so we once more we lost a lot of Yowies. We lost a lot of Bunyips too. That's not ideal. So this is our fort where they're gonna come and attack me. They only have one commander. That would have been good to like assassinate them. I guess this does us the favor. So now we know what's in Bycliffe. If we had Heat Dominion on both sides, and maybe we can preach it. Like we send some stealthy preachers to Bycliffe, and then we can just do Silver Wall Bycliffe, and we don't have to fight too much. It's a Lore Master throne, so that's a joke usually. That worked out, and then we get attacked over here as well. A more powerful water site. Well, let's voice of Apsu that. Okay, did he break the fortification? He did not. That sucks for him. So that looks like that. I mean, if he has no gear, I probably could assassinate. No, because I need construction gear to be able to scale the walls and assassinate him. Yeah, he has no gear. If I had construction gear, I can scale the walls and assassinate him, but unfortunately, that's not the case. We've got these 64 units. Next turn, we'll have a few more. Can't promise that that means a lot, though. I don't think there's anything particularly useful I can summon with these guys. This dude. Just keep him there for now. Do you guys have any tips on how to get the AI to stop attacking you outside of the diplomacy button? Please let me know. They can get pretty annoying. That's good. That's good. So they're going to try to stock up there now. Hey, stop taking my provinces, dude. I guess it is just bump up the PD, but man, my PD is awful. Get this Doomstack over to a throne. We can take 2 thrones right there in quick succession. If it's not an aggressive AI, you have to hold your ground for 5 to 10 turns, meaning you send 0 attacks versus the AI. So even if they take my provinces and I retake it, I just kind of have to hope I don't lose provinces, essentially. Kinda shit. Honestly, you just do Dark Knowledge everywhere. It doesn't matter. See, the Dom 1 pretenders are only sort of cheaper in DE because new pats are 20 for them instead of 10. But they start with multiple 1 pats. So if you go Dom 1 Rainbow, they're expensive again. I mean, if you... I guess let me leave an army behind. See if that holds, then. Because I want some extra. They can have the rest. I don't care about that. I want to hold this one. And then obviously Machaka itself. But like, okay, Michael Bodell, I think like the Great Sage is 110 or 100 in vanilla. Not turning logs. In vanilla, I think the Great Sage is 110 or so, and now they're like 30. So it's kind of a massive difference. They attacked Barrett, these people as well. A massive difference. You can break siege. I want you guys to hold intact. You can do a double line. Problem with the double line versus what we're doing is just it's not. You guys all break siege too. It's not as easy to buff them in these military formations. All right, cookies. I will try that. I'll try to hold Sinextra with some armies because this is freaking. What keeps happening? I just get pestered by the AI on all sides, and I can do nothing about it. So I'll try to just hold the line. Okay, 40 PD worked out there. In Dawn 5, I'll slowly create a giant wall, a great wall of forts with 50 to 100 PD and an army buff. Okay, that makes sense. I guess I can eventually try to drop forts there. How's my research? Oh, we're almost at enchantment 7, so we can start popping off soon with the Enter the Dreamtime and the Lunar Potency. I think I have barely enough gems for Lunar Potency, but I need to go up Construction 7 to cast it. Whereas I can just straight up do the Dreamtime one. Do I want to risk Maui though? I mean, it is what it is, right? Oh, he can't make it? Who has map move 14? Kenny Gurr. Oh, Bunyips, too. Oh. That's unfortunate. I could have sworn I could get there. I guess now that it's an enemy province, we can only get there with fire ants. I don't necessarily know that I want to sacrifice him for that, though. I can send these guys. He can cast some bigger spells. Ooh, hold on. Magic 3. This guy's a Glamour 4. He can maybe cast Bridge the Worlds. I kind of want to see what happens when he casts that. And he can take the ants. Cast Bridge the Worlds and then stay behind it. But I want to see what he does. And then this guy, you can do the group luck again as well. Okay. Let's, I still want to keep doing the Kinigur. I can probably start a second caster for them, but I don't have one. Maybe I can make more of these Tuhungas. No, I need to save that gold. I need to save that gold for other things. I actually need to drop a temple in the Dune of Death, and I need to start dropping a few more temples in certain places, just so I can keep my dominion up and high, because I really need that. Oh, I didn't even know I could recruit adventurers. Okay, you are too far back. Well, we'll just send 10 forward. Okay, let's see how Bridge the World does. Enter the Dreamtime is happy times. You have Gates of Gates of Horn and Ivory would be I think that's Thaumaturgy 7. So unfortunately that's not gonna be for a while. Oh wow, whoa, this is crazy. I didn't know the Dominion Enhanced got this. You can add Astral Fetters to a dude. That's crazy. That's really strong. I mean, I guess having no other way to get it in regular Dominions is also not good. And these are really hard cross paths to get. That's pretty cool though. No more teleporting, returning golems, and all that crap. So we've got two interesting battles this turn. Let's see how this goes against Fanscandia. It doesn't look like they have any mages on their side, whereas they have two, or they have one or two. Shadowbird. Yeah, they got some mages. They brought a bunch of trolls. We'll see how it does for them. Okay, so we do Bridge the Worlds, which applies the Geoglyphs thing, which means Magic +2 and MR -2. Kind of a crazy spell. All of my magical beings are supposed to get plus strength. They did. And their magic skill doesn't look like it retroactively comes up. This magic skill +2, which technically magic skill +2 should also do magic -1. Yeah, so you see he gets -3 magic resistance with that Bridge the Worlds. That's insane. I mean, it kind of counteracts anti-magic, right? But a lot of people are depending on anti-magic. But interestingly enough, the magic power of the units doesn't go up. And I wonder if that's an Illwinter thing, though. I feel like if the magic scale should update. No, this -1 from the magic scale, actually. This is my normal magic skills. If they went up to magic 5 for this battle, this should be -2, actually. So no, this is not. This doesn't apply in battle, which is unfortunate because that would be a +2 to all the stats of my my magic power units. It'd be crazy to fire some like ephemeral bolts into these crowds. That would do a lot of work. Too bad I don't have any evocation research. Yeah, they just lost that morale check with bunyips. Okay, so pretty good. I lose a bunch of fire ants and no one cares about, and not too much else. That's a pretty good wipe. Okay, and then as I attack the throne, a big blob for our buffs. Okay, here come the flyers. And they get spread out and just wreck. So now the rest of this should be easy other than this ice drake. This ice drake's gonna be a bit problem. Okay. No, kill the ice drake, please. Or at least have him fire into the fingers. That'd be great. Yes. Turn him around. Yeah, we're gonna have a hard time killing the drakes. For the elephant to trample all, uh, I don't know. If it has to be everyone in the square? That's a great question. I, coding wise, I imagine it's probably just one person's awe. It says all negated trample 3 times. Yeah, but we're also on combat round 12, so let's start this up again. And let's see what happens as I completely flop what I was trying to do. Okay. Okay. So there's no all yet. That up instead. Okay, there was a square. I'm almost certain with Dreamwalkers. So that's a lie. All has damn. Elephant Rider falls off his mount for 17 points of damage. That sucks. Because all has no effect on trample. I mean, I think most of us somewhat disagree on that. It's supposed to stop trample. So that was that's the one I just looked at. This guy. Okay, so none of those count yet. This ant just bumped him out of the spot. What about over here? Okay. I guess he failed his first all roll, so it doesn't matter. There's only one dude in this square, so. Okay, so this elephant has only one all roll. This one only has one. They keep failing the first one. Oh, oh. Okay, the elephant that just died. Who the heck knows which one that is? The one that just died. It might not have been one of those. These are all the elephant riders. I wonder why it sometimes says Well, I was checking the mounts on the bottom. This one has one. This one 8. I want to see him move into here. Here he only added one. Eeh. All the logs you've seen are right. Okay, that one just died. Oh, wait. It says here he trampled Dreamwalker. Yeah. The first any successful all check should stop it, but does it do 3 attempts? This guy's just gonna run. I feel like the trample is getting assigned to the rider, though. But I don't see a situation where they are succeeding the first roll and going to a second one. I feel like they're just failing. So maybe it does all the all rolls and all rolls in one. Do I want misfortune? Maybe. It's only misfortune 1, right? And it'll do a lot for my pearl income. Maybe. Why not? Right? Do I just immediately go for the throne here next to Ubar? I think so. I think we just go straight for it. Might as well claim this one while we're here. So maybe we'll just chill a turn. Everyone can like site search this or something. Let's not bump up PD that much because that way I can start a fort. And then we'll build the lab and all that fun stuff later. Stop recruiting these Pegasi. They're too damn expensive, I think. Temple, and then we'll start marching up. So let's see if I can send some reinforcements with Maui. Yeah, and then we can start marching up. Our supply usage is 226. It's kind of high. As for here, let's just have this guy's on patrol. Bridge the World was okay, I guess. It didn't really help our fight. It just lowered the magic resistance of the enemy, which is good, but also kind of not what we needed. So, like, Great Dreaming might be better at the moment. And we'll also patrol with you guys. So we have all the group luck. We need one of them to do blessing. Specifically those guys need to be blessed. Okay, and then that'll hold that line. Maybe we secure the underground. No, let's get this one from Chernanog and put up a fort and like a super defense like cookies. And then we'll go to the underground, and then that'll put us at 3 thrones, and then I think we just need one more to win. Ideally, I can maybe do that tonight. I don't know, it's 9:50 for me. It's a little bit past my bedtime, and I do have to get up real early tomorrow. But that's okay. That's completely probably okay. I don't. Yeah, let's send Maui with them. It doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, Maui might have useful magic I can do with him later. Let's not risk him. He can actually site search here. Okay, so we got attacked in Gifa. Search there. That guy's just casting Dark Knowledge. We got attacked here. We patrol out the scout, and we know that they're going to come here with more. And we're just going to bump up Petey. We're going to actually have this guy patrol as well, because he can do that emo dreaming, which is good. Magic-wise, we'll have our big enchantment spell in a few turns, which is good. We're starting to recruit dreamers here. I might need Karajis. They're a little bit more expensive. But I don't know if I need combat magic just yet. And I don't remember what was in the underground throne, actually. That's a problem. That's okay. Okay. Dream time for us, not for you. Yeah, I guess so. You guys can just watch this later, but that sucks. Fire snakes, I guess could be bad. Get thrown like lions. As long as my um sacreds are the ones that bump into them, we're good. If we do an attack rear, the Sphinx tend to get themselves killed, so it's mostly the commanders. Starving is not a good way to start a fight, though. We'll, I'm going to leave this guy behind. He can site search, and he can make it later. No, he can't. What if I get rid of his bodyguards? Little entourage. Can he make it later? No, he can't. And here we have more supplies. We're using 298. No, we technically have more supplies, but it ain't mean much. I guess the proper thing if I preach up everything here. So everyone site search. Everyone site search. Um, but all of you guys are going to preach, and you're going to preach. Okay. Build that lab. Okay, let's not have Maui build lab. Let's put him to research somewhere. Let's have one of these dudes build a fortified village. On where that I'm not recruiting things. Maybe that'll also dissuade the AI from attacking me there. Maybe. I don't know. No, preaching's not going to help me because I don't have I have death scales. It's not going to do me good. Okay, let me see. Yowies, you guys don't eat a lot of supplies. You eat 1.5. Bunyips, you eat 0.5. Kiwiger, you eat 0.5. It's just a human problem. You don't eat at all. So it's just all the humans. You let's get the possum warriors out of here. You guys eat one each. If I drop 50 possum warriors, that's probably enough. Move on patrol. Okay, and then when I get construction 5, I'll have the wine skins and all that shit. The lightless lantern goes to war. Yeah, yeah. I think the lycanthrope amulets are like no pickup. So okay. Now we're no longer starving. We're at 247. This is 284. So yeah, we'll be fine. Now he's not a heretic. Yeah, good. I know those Chihunga ladies are. And it looks like patrolling over here with all that PD has indeed scared these assholes away. And maybe I can actually move down and grab the silver wall now that they're down there. Now that they these Fenniscandians have taken it over. I know. Yeah, we're still at war. That's fine. I know it's gonna reset whatever timer is going on, but you know it is what it is. Dark vision 50. You guys can't see in the dark at all. No bunyips underground. You guys also can't see underground. Get me some Karaji's. Because I need an effective fighting force to go into these caves. I wonder if bugbears have some sort of like dark power or something that I may be able to leverage if I go underground. Are we there yet? No. We'll get it next turn, and in the meantime, I'm going to actually do a simulacrum of my pretender in case I need to use him in combat again, and then he might die. And we don't want him to do that. I thought they were making him think of another cursed item. There was a big patch in Dominions 5 where they made a lot of items like that not drop because people would do that, especially like the slave callers. They would just send a bunch of slave callers into the fight, and then like your pretender or some shit would pick them up, and then that's bad. Throwing a misfortune is spreading. That's unfortunate. But, yeah. Be someone else's problem at some point. Okay. And for this, I want to make sure that um, I kind of want the Possum Warriors to do like a hold and attack rear. The ants are going to do whatever the hell they want. The Yowies and the Kenny are kind of a thing that I want them also to not be in the front line. I want to kind of tank with the Dreamwalkers because they're the ones that are going to have the magic weapons to kill the lions. We'll attack large enemy monsters, the fire ants in the super back. Have these guys all kind of here like this. Emu Dreaming is probably fine. Else. Uh, we have our dude here. Our prophet is still alive from the beginning. This guy, there's not really tattoos to be activating, but Summer Rain, I think, gives reinvigoration, so why not? Why not do that? A lot of spear walking. I don't think there was any arrows in that army, so let's just group luck everything. Body Ethereal squad here on the right. Do I have one for a Honey Ant Dreaming or Emo Dreaming? Yeah, we've already got one doing Emo Dreaming here, but let's get another one. Okay, that should probably, hopefully, be fine. One can only hope. Teeny tiny horse. Supposedly that got bug fixed. Both good and bad. Let's chill with that. Well, this guy's summoning Kimi Gur, so actually you can be making those. Pretender Man though is going to cast Enter the Dreamtime. So Enter the Dreamtime is going to uh, increase magic skills across the world. So I'm going to get some more attacks, but I have a 25% chance that I get a assassin in my capital every turn, and then a bunch of random summons just literally everywhere. And honestly, I might even, as soon as I cast that, I might go and cast Fata Morgana right after to give myself better province defense because screw this AI, right? Suddenly these spells are super good, huh? Suddenly all those province defense spells are real good. I started doing hold and attack rear on my center front line ever since I saw the futility of attack closest outside of screens for archers and mages. Um, yeah, I think you're right. I think my hold and attack is just laziness. But I think, yeah, having your few trips slip to the back and kill old men is usually better. This is a drone fight. I probably shouldn't speed it up. And it can wipe out, it can mess with formations, it can mess with evocations. You saw I don't know, TTH, if you saw the battle against Bogus and his men and his little crew. I didn't have attack rear and I almost lost because of it, because they all just got stuck on Bogus himself. Good thing my dudes are slightly fire resistant, and the Kinnigur are slightly fire resistant, otherwise these snakes would be an issue. Here's the Sphinx with a gazillion gems. Gaze of Death. Well, thankfully my dudes have such high magic resistance that that's not a problem. This would... Yeah, 10 armor negating damage? Yeah, that would be very bad. Oh, there's the slip to the back line you were talking about. Okay, now we're in contact with the Sphinx. They're mostly routed. There you go. That wasn't too bad either. Yeah, these Dreamwalkers with a good bless, they do work. I'm almost out of bunyips, but that's okay. Possum Warriors are alive. Yowies are alive. Yeah, that was a good fight. Then we move into the Silver Wall, and we bump into Sarumeisha. I hope this doesn't start a war. What I'm trying to avoid. And then Fenniscandia attacks us in Old Man Mountains. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is a province. Not only do I get Air 2s on command, cheap as shit Air 2s too. I can have one of them make sylphs and get all these gems. Oh yeah. Did that start a war? They're apprehensive, but that did not start a war. So I'm going to bump up the PD here to some ridiculous level. And then hope that that's okay. Here's the Dream Hunter, but honestly, just have them keep doing Dark Knowledge because I'm getting so many sites from it. It's almost kind of worth it. At some point, I'll send these guys. Did you guys get Dark Power? No, but they do have Spirit Sight, which is good. So we'll send them. And the Kinnigar can go under too. Okay, and we're going to send these guys underground. This is the Throne of Life. Great. You can claim the throne, and the rest of you guys can breach. Next turn, I'll PD dump the ever-living crap out of that, too, because I don't want to lose that. If I didn't know it was going to be Forever War with Ubar, I would totally try to take Holberg, just so I can pass through in peace. Okay, so that's really good. So now what we'll see is I'll get these Mimis everywhere. And these things are complete garbage, but, you know, a free unit's a free unit. I'll get Bunyips and Yowies everywhere, and I already know that those are pretty good. Okay, now, with 55 gems, I don't think I can cast Fata Morgana. I'll cast it soon. I'm not summoning everything, am I? Just Kinnigar? This nation looks really fun. Yeah, it's a lot of... So, the biggest thing with the nation is just the really first turns. Expansion is really hard without a good bless, and also spear walking. You really need spear walking. If you don't have a bless that gives your unit some sort of like absurd protection value, you need spear walking kind of early. This is magic 5 everywhere. Oh, we're gonna get the shit horror marked out of us everywhere. is going to get so absurdly horror marked. Everyone's getting horror marked. I hope my pretender doesn't get too horror marked. Um, I'm fine just throwing all my money into that province defense so that please don't attack me here. Recruiting wise, I was getting those Karajis because I wanted to send them underground. Let's also send everybody underground. Okay, good. You can go back to preaching. Okay, so that should be all the fighting I need to do with Fenascandia. Um, I'll have 2 thrones, and then I'll need this throne here at Bycliffe, and this throne here in Smotherdark, and then I think I'm good. Right? Yes. So this army is going to have to chill out until I can get a fort there or something. What I'm going to do this turn, actually, I haven't used my water gems, so I'm going to alchemize a few of those to get some glamour gems. And I'm going to cast that Fata Morgana just to get my province defense even better. At least my research is jumping. Oh, dude. Um, Let me go look at my research this turn. I completely forgot. All my dudes have like that magic power research bump, so they get double the effect. Uh, it's kind of not as high as I was expecting it to be. I'll be honest. Let me take the moment though to grab. I don't think I honestly need more alteration, which is weird. Almost always alteration is like the thing that I get, but I kind of want more evocation and then thaumaturgy. I do feel kind of naked not getting alteration though. That's a weird one. Okay, and so these guys, I'll send them into the Cynocephalians, but maybe next turn when the rest of the Karajis get there, start recruiting Karajis. Okay, so now my province defense has a crap ton of warrior illusions. Dreamstones? No, I can't afford Dreamstones. Um, I just did enter the Dreamtime and Fata Morgana. This one's gonna be kind of crazy because I'm gonna get 10 unrest gone per turn in every province, which is a lot. And now my province defense is sexy. I have knight illusions, I have warrior and archer illusions. So now now the AI can get bent. They can fuck right off. Let me build a lab here first, so that all these mages that are just sitting here wiping their butts can research. More powerful nature site. Oh well, we already got a more powerful nature mage here, so that's okay. We haven't even started picking up these random groups of ours. Got a random Mimi. Okay. So we'll send these guys into the Cynocephalians. Um, quite honestly, I need this guy just doing Blessing. Back closest. Maybe have the Kinniger and these guys behind the Dreamwalkers. I think the Dreamwalkers are going to perform the best underground because they have Spirit Sight. He's just Blessing. This guy can do his group luck. Actually, no, he can do Honey Ant Dreaming because there's no fire magic I need to worry about down here. This guy also do Blessing. There's no fire magic for me to worry about. Okay. Oh, I guess Fenetis does not have my Dominion, so I don't get all the spooky shit there. Okay, so now we have a lab. So now everyone here can research. And we'll make a random scout to start building a fort. think we should be okay from these pestering AI now with Fata Morgana, which is going to be awesome. Going to be great. You start entering the Stairway Mountain. Let's send a Dreamer over here so we can drop more temples everywhere. Bunyips are amphibian. Been using them all game. I completely didn't even realize that they're amphibian. That would have been an easier way to get underground or underwater. This is wild. Casual Fire 4. Well, now I have magic, so let me craft all the boosters I need to craft. Get those all out of the way. All this. Scourge Ring. No, maybe another glamour thing. Water thing I don't think I can make. Yes I can. This guy. Jesus. Okay, now my research is really running. The Vaulted Forever Wars magically stop. Yeah. 45 PD and Fata Morgana. Looks like it's done the trick. Thank you, cookies. Thank you, cookies. Send this guy in here too. Okay, and once we get construction 7, wait, no. I don't need you to forge the earth boots. I need you to make the crystal coin. So that way next turn I can make the hat, and then after that I can get the lunar potency thing. And then all the AIs are going to start attacking me again, but that's what the desire was at the start of this. You wanted me to cast lunar potency, so we will cast it. Mechanical fire ants. That's an upgrade, I think. Thistle Mace. I'm surprised I've gotten so few Nature 2 mages, because those are the ones that I really wanted to make those Kinniger things. Guy's wild. Casual Glamour 4. And then I can put a hat on him and make him summon even more. Put a hat on this person. Yeah. Okay. Ubar attacks me with, I'm assuming this is a pretender. And some Ethic Warriors. Give me one moment, gentlemen. I just got a cookie delivery, so that's what happens when you have an awesome life. What are bugbears? Wait a second. I will show you in a second. I should probably be summoning more of these random things. Mechanical fire ants. Fire explosion on death. I don't know if I like that. But the fire breath and the bite attack. I've heard killing the pretender makes you suicide. Oh no. Well, they didn't send me a message that I killed him. So maybe I'm okay. I summoned bugbears. I think they're in my underground army. This ugly thing is a bugbear. Sorry for the cookie. So they come at you with Dread, Spirit Sight, which is one of the reasons I summoned some to go underground. And they'll fatigue you depending on a morale negate roll, which is kind of creative. And it's a lot of fatigue too. It's on damage. They don't need to eat. And I like that they have Dread. And they're not bad, honestly. They're not bad at all. I think the worst thing about them, I guess, would be that they have 10 defense skill and like 0 attack. So they might get repelled a lot. But otherwise, I think they're not bad. That's the wow. Those sinus fallings really got destroyed. Okay, so I need my holy twos are cap only, right? Okay, so I do need just dreamwalkers now. Technically, the dream speakers will work too. Hmm. What's that one item? The profit making item. I could use that. And it should be construction 7, isn't it? God, there's so many new items. I haven't even touched upon the items because I don't know. I haven't crafted anything. Right. Well, it's construction 7 item, and I should have that soon. I'm thinking of these dreamwalkers. If I can get them over the mountain, it's kind of risky because it involves them walking over Sauromatia. Let's just move them all here. Um, what? There's boots with nature that give you mountain survival. Birch boots. Boom, boom, boom. How many do I have? I got 3 of these guys. Okay, so I'll send them over the mountain, and they're gonna start preaching on the other side. Oh, Dom said. And we're gonna get rid of those heat scales. I'm gonna send this guy too, which means I need another set of birch boots. And then you two, I want more thistle maces. Tenderman. Um, we're not at the construction level that I want yet. Percival Pocket Knight. Health, Leyline Collector, Ritualist +1. There's so many new items. I still need to go look at like the items in vanilla before I even start trying to talk about these things. And this guy just came with Battle Fright. Okay. Yeah, and then once we got all the Dream Hunters, then we can lead all of these units out and suicide them into this throne. Yeah, this makes sense. Maui, go pick those guys up. No, we can do it that way, but we can send Maui with them. Send this guy too. Raji's got some talent. Oh, this actually probably would have been worth watching. Yeah, I guess Uber doesn't like me now. I mean, they're doing the right thing. They're stopping me from the world's slowest throne rush. Technically, they're just not trying really hard. These things are pretty. Yeah, no, this is too small of an attack. Well, this turn we have our Astral Magic, so I will create that. I believe the ring now is somewhere here. I don't have a Fire King. Well, auto spell. Oh, dude, this is the item that I used to great effect in that one late age statist game. The Heartstone is so good. Here it is, Ring of the False Prophet, Priestless 1. That's the one I need. And so to do that, I need this guy to have this. Bam. And I'll craft another one next turn. Okay, now these guys are going to start spamming Kenny Gur. This one, I guess I didn't do a good job of showcasing the random stuff. Like these eudaimones probably butchered the shoot out of that name, by the way. They're bringer of fortune, and they're not very good at it, but they're still bringer of fortune, and they come in big groups. So they're not firebirds, but they could tend to be. We need another nature item this turn. We need a whip of command. We need a whip of command and some other stuff. Okay, we're gonna send these guys up that way. This fort is coming up soon, and in the meantime, I'm gonna bump up that PD even higher. Same thing here, just in case. Okay, take a bunyip with you. Take some yowies with you. Okay. 2 months remaining on that fort. Free spawn PD is Fatadums. GGAI. Exactly. Exactly. That's why I'm gonna go cause the chaos and do that. Dang cookies! I forgot to craft the hat this turn. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, these aren't like. Well, to be fair, all the illusions died in this one. Yeah, our military force died in this one. Silver Fangs. You have a lot of leadership? Okay, good. You can chill. We're going to use you in this fight that's coming up. We're going to use you. Because we're not using these guys. Site search there anyways, though. Oh no, I did. I did craft it. Cool. So let's do some lunar potency. And then chaos will erupt in the whole wide world. This is a cool thing I also noticed with this nation that you can do. I kind of want to prioritize the middle ones. Yeah. I do not want to send the eudaimons. So these are the eudaimons or eudaimones. I don't know. Fanciful women with golden swords and all three, no protection. But otherwise decent stats. They fly, they have resists, they're ethereal, and they have bringer fortune once. They have a 1% chance of making a good event. You can get a lot of them per summon. Anyways, to what I was going to say, one of the cool things of this nation is they have really early access to Dreamwalk, Walkabout, and Follows Online. So Dreamwalk is essentially Cloud Trapeze to a friendly province. Walkabout is just Cloud Trapeze for 1 gem. And Follow Song Lines is Gateway for 8 gems. And super easy to use. So I'm going to gateway all of that over there. And then I'm going to send this guy over. Actually, he can... Well, the problem is he'll die. Okay, so let's send these guys down. We did claim this wall, right? Yeah. 50 PD. It's fine. Fine. I'm gonna give one of you guys, not the Ring of Water Breathing, the Ring of the Prophet. Okay, and it looks like probably an easy fight. I could be terribly wrong. Let's build a temple. Let's site search. Moving in. Take your stuff. Take your freebies. Everyone's moving over here, but over here it's gonna be a bit because I don't have Dominion on even on my side, so we are going to need to hustle with that. Take your pals. Take all your pals. Oh, right. Someone's gonna have to deal with this. I mean, that probably deals with it. In case it doesn't, we can just unleash a bunch of ants. I kind of want to see what the mechanical ants, because they have that fire explosion, right? Oh, but I guess all the barbarians died. It's kind of like you killed the mechanical ant. It won't be a silly number of attacks for Lunar. Yeah, but Lunar's fine. You send the mechanical ants forward, they die to the barbarians, and then they explode. The barbarians end up running over. So we got a Dream Speaker got transformed, so that this is a super combatant now. Huh. That would be a monster, especially if we put all this gear on him. He has no weapon. That's okay. There you go. That's a super combatant. He'll be a part of the fun happening over here then. How much can this guy lead? Yes, all of it. There you go. Okay, so now the world's kind of dark and scary with lunar potency, but we're going to have solar eclipse worldwide. Werewolves attack all enemy provinces. And we get moon mages, which are, I think, astral mages. And then we sometimes get werewolf transformations on our commanders, which, I mean, sometimes good, sometimes bad. Mostly good. Mostly good, I think. Almost always good. Here's a moon mage. Okay. I'll bump the PD even more. Let's see what down here looks like. I probably should have sent someone in first. I have Yowies. I have Yowies. Yeah, I probably should have sent somebody in here. It's a Graven idol. Oh, it's okay. I know what those are. We'll explore that kind of stuff later. Another game. For now, let's summon those. Summoning all the kitties. Summon just to use our gems. Let's make more bugbears. Because we're going to pop that throne soon. Actually, no, hold on. I need to not use bugbears with you. To give you a fire helmet and give you another prophet ring. Okay, that's all our cash. Here's another mage. Nice. This is a lot of gems worth of stuff, dude. That is a lot of gems worth of stuff. I haven't used my air gems all game. Wyverns listen to commands, so I'll summon those. I don't know what a feathered serpent is, so I kind of want to find out. Yeah, let's find out what a feathered serpent is. I wonder if there's an item in DE to give your units Inquisitor. There's so many items that do so many different things that there's probably something. How many attacks succeeded? Oh shoot, I didn't even check, dude. I'll check this turn. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of like almost toward the finish line, so I'm beelining toward that because I know I'm tuckering out a little bit. I want to keep this relatively exciting for you gentlemen. This guy just gets clapped by the illusions. And oh shit. Oh, these guys are good now. Twilight Beasts? They got Glamour? They got Glamour, they got high attack skill because they have Dark Power. Body 11. 26. These things are pretty good. Oh, Twilight Beasts, not Twilight Beasts. I kind of figured that the bugbears would have Glamour. They look like they should. Do they have magical attacks? No wonder my forces are getting their ass beat. All the illusions. Notably, the Night Illusion is both. It's not a horse and a dude. Oh, the more you know. Yeah, these attacks from Ubar are honestly kind of sad. Okay, so we attacked there and failed. We attacked the province right next to us and succeeded. Oh, hello there. You may join. You may join the army. Congrats. We'll give one of you the Ring of the Prophet. So now your job is to Divine Blessing, and now nobody else has to. That's pretty freaking convenient. I'll tell you what. Be nice. I mean, I know there's one magic scale in there, but it'd be nice if I can get more. Here we're dropping this down pretty good. This guy in there as well. I wonder if there's a spell. I think it's an earth. There's an earth spell, I think. Sonic? Did I ever make those earth boots? I did not. There should be a spell. I don't remember what school or path or anything that it's in that allows me to uh, lower the dominion in a province, like just straight lower it. But I don't remember. So this guy's fire 4. He should probably be part of the fighting. I'm just crafting these before I get yelled at. Um, oh, I'm already getting yelled at. Never mind. Before I get yelled at for not feeding my troops, but too late. Whoops. Honestly, hold on. Where is that guy? No, follow the song lines to the downstairs one. I think this army is actually a little bit weaker than this one. Okay, that's a feathered serpent. Okay, not not impressive. I can gift of health. That'd be funny. Level 6 nature. No, he can't do that. No, not him. I'll get yelled at if I use him. Other set of birch boots. Okay. How many attacks to see to go win that game? I'm trying. I need to be able to cross this mountain. And to do that, I need to preach the other side. These failed. These failed. Okay, I mean most of these attacks are failing, but I guess if the dude survives. Okay, and that one, and then one. Okay, I should be able to win that now. Yeah. So I'm gonna charge in here. That should be okay. What can you cast? That might be useful. That's not bad. Duo power the spheres into third sight. That should be fine for him. Maui. Does fuel the fire only for himself? Yes. For Maui, I kind of wish. do quickness, but I don't think I can. So if I can't do quickness, I'll just do like Gift of the Furies. Give him a bunch of fire gems. Okay, Irma Dreaming, Spear Walking. This guy is definitely not going to lead troops like that. Hell to the no. I'm gonna keep those separate for safety. I actually have these charge in attack closest, and everything else is just gonna be on like cold attack. Okay. This guy, I want you to do. This is range 5. That's not. Oh, it creates horrors. Okay, that's actually pretty good. That's like a mass create horrors. That's a good spell. So let's do Great Dreaming, and then Bridge the Worlds. And he's going to equip the booster to do that. And then 10 glamour gems. Everyone else is doing something productive. I don't think we need him, all these people doing blessing because we have crud. I don't think we need them doing blessing because we have other stuff that they can do, or because we have the. You can tell I'm out of it because we have our profit or a pretend profit with an item, an item profit here. I should be sending these chicks. These chicks are heretics. They're not stealthy. There's a lot more items required. Send this one that way. Probably a higher success rate. Yeah, if people like most players with just 6 PD will totally die to werewolves. That won't even be a question. They would have to be they would have to bump up their PD a little bit. Okay, so we'll have the big fight there. During the summer, I think we should be fine. Otherwise, what's the spell I can start casting? Breath of the Desert, just fire 3. Let's just start doing that. Spam that shit. I think you can only do 1 per turn, right? I don't know. Yeah, 2 rituals can't target the same province. Which map is this? David, this is the updated Bidden map. So this is a pretty old map that's been around for a while, but now it's been updated for Dominion 6 with a super freaking cool cave layer. Because you can see, while you're in the cave layer, you can see the like background of the map. I'll show you again after. For now, let's see how this fight goes. I'm sending in the mechanical ants because they have fire explosion, and I want to. Oh, I should have put them on like fire breath. I think. Yeah, I just put them to attack, so I should have had them on fire breath because that many fire breaths would actually like clear this out. But I just want to see them explode with fire. If I stop giving them, yeah, these fire breath attacks would actually be really good. If I stop buffing them with Twist Fate, and maybe they start exploding, that'd be good. I think they're just gonna explode on my army. That'd be bad. Oh, that wasn't as impactful as I was expecting. Okay, there you go. They're doing something. There you go. Damned if you kill them, damned if you don't. We blew up a temple here. That's a good one. We got our ass beat by the giant army over there. Gallows, summon a ghost. Okay, thrown a chains, more misfortune. So thankfully this is at the end of the game because I do not want more misfortune. But let's go into misfortune 2, because why not? Preach. Okay, get him over there. And we should have heat over here soon. And I forgot to show David the map. Dang it. One more end of round, and I will show you. There shouldn't be any important battles this turn, so I still always want to see if I found. Ah, crud. Oh no, Shepherd's Haven, that's the new one. Okay, so it's just transforming the Moon Mages into these freaking super combatant chassis, which is super cool. Okay, we can cross over now. Okay, so the map. Right now it's kind of dark because I cast that Lunar Potency spell, but when you go underground, you see it's still the same map. Like here's the big lake, and I had this a little better earlier. I had this like picture perfect earlier when I realized it. Right, that's this one. I know. You can see the rest of the map, and I think that's super cool. Something like that. There you go. The fact they can summon Jotun wolves makes it so much better. Against players, I think that's the biggest thing is that you get these Jotun werewolves, and these are straight super combatants. It's unfortunate that they don't stealth like the actual the big wolf, um, like the Niflheim guys do, but definite super combatant right there. All right, let's get everyone in here, and let's go over there. Honestly, I don't even know how much I want to script this because it's a throne of these guys of the little. It's just the sage throne, the lore master throne. So like, who cares, right? Yeah, I don't know how much I really need to script this. I'm sure they'll make the right decisions. Stir the deep. Only underwater, but okay. Legions of Steel does nothing for me here. Steel Slice Warriors, on the other hand, that's a spell. I think it still does nothing for me. I like casting it. Okay. So let me double check. We are at 3. Yep. Oh man, that's definitely been a run. I was actually really worried. I'm glad I talked to you about this earlier. I was kind of worried on like how the heck you play this damnation, but kind of makes sense, no? Summon a bunch of crap, give him Twist Fate and extra strength, and then watch him whack things. And then once you bump up the magic with this, these guys are cracked. This guy has no experience stars and has health stats. Yeah, you see, this throne wasn't going to be a big deal. I'm surprised the AI didn't take this earlier, because it's honestly, there's not a lot. These are all the werewolf attacks. That's a pretty good one. That's a lot of werewolves. I'm surprised this one failed. Yeah, the entrance to their cave. Okay, and the last one, Throne of the Moon. How proper for the Lunar Potency shenanigans. And this one, my pretender. Everyone else can wait. I mean, well, if you can preach, preach. If you can't, then that's fine. And just bump this up to 1 million. And I gotta figure out a way if I can shave about an hour off of this. If I can do this an hour quicker, I feel like I had more energy toward the end. Ooh, and we win. I can shave about an hour off. So maybe instead of 8 thrones, 6 thrones. I'm not sure. I gotta play around with the settings and how to do this. Damn, this would have been a good province. A lot of sites. Ubar was pretty big. Oh, I didn't even realize they captured Chernanog. They kept attacking me. I felt like they did nothing until here at the end. And then they suddenly start attacking. They were super small for the longest. That's probably why the artifacts were yearning. Grass? Yeah. Let me just look at the map a little longer. Easel mirror. Okay. So it looks like there was a big war going on between Fenascandia. Fenascandia just built all the forts. Jesus. Look at this. There's an AI. There's a in every province. There's a fort. They were doing pretty good. Let's see graphs. Easier research and difficult AI if you want to. Well, I still want the AI to fight back. I don't want to just roll over the AI. Like, no one has fun doing that. Not you, the viewers watching, or me, the player, just walking through them. Right. Easier research. Maybe I could try easy research next time. I think that like what doubles the speed though. That's crazy. But hey, maybe that'll do it. Yeah, we'll try easy research next time and see if that works better. Yeah, looks like Fenascandia was definitely there in second place. Just a little behind me. I'm surprised I have this many provinces. I felt kind of small. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they have more ports than me. About the same income. A little bit better gem income. No one's really blood hunting. Wow, we were tied for research this whole time. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I didn't build any research items and stuff like that, but it's a little higher. Army size, they're much bigger, but I'm sure it's a lot of trash. Granted, the majority of my army's trash too. Yeah, you see, so here at the end, so if I can just shave off this hour, I think the easier research might do it. Could set more than one province on start to turbocharge expansion. Huh. Um, that. So skipping the beginning of the game, cookies, it makes sense, but it's often not what the players want. So, for example, I think Age of Empires 4 did that. They introduced the game mode. I don't know if they did it for Age of Empires 2, but it's called Empire Wars, and you start with like you pretty much get rid of the Dark Age in the Age of Empires game. You just go straight to feudal, and it starts you up with some basic buildings, a little bit more villagers, whatever. Nobody liked it, and I fear that if I were to do that here, people will be like, "Hey, well, I want to see how to expand with the nation." And so if I start with like 3 to 4 provinces, then I don't know. I feel like they won't get that. Because the first few turns, like especially like this nation, the first few expansion parties are so precarious, and sometimes people just want to watch that or just see how I did that. I know I go and I stalk the randomest games, and I'm just like, hey, how the hell did you do this? And I just find the randomest video for the random game, and just I just want to see what they did. I you know could do a separate video on expansion test. That's your thing. That's your thing. Expansion testing for all the nations, maybe. We'll try one thing at a time and see what clicks. So next week, let's do easy research, and we'll see if that works better. And then if that doesn't work better, or I still need a little bit more, then we'll try the land beginning thing, the starting with multiple provinces. And hello. Chainsaw Schmaltz. Got here right at the tail end. Um, is an interesting nation, this Alchera. It's these guys are just so good. You can't get enough of them, and they have really interesting spells. But I think definitely the game winner is this. Where is it? This Enter the Dreamtime spell, just to bump up the magic scales in the world. And there's so many creatures of theirs that use magic power. And some provinces like this one have magic 5. You imagine? Now, obviously, everyone and their mother is going to get horror marked, but and unrest is going to be everywhere. But that's okay about the unrest because you're a glamour nation. You can also cast Fata Morgana to counteract the unrest, and that's pretty good. See how most provinces are at 0. Is what it is. Yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Uh, I will try to get some actual recordings tomorrow. What was the armor graph? Sure. I'll try to do some actual recordings tomorrow that I can upload. Probably not next week. I'll probably save them for when I am out of town in the first 2 weeks of September. And so I'll upload then probably the item tier list that I've been working on slowly, um, and maybe just a single player series of something. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Flash the Armory Income and Army Comp. I'll just do all of them again. And then once I finish this graphs, I'll see you next time. Alrighty. Thanks, everyone. Oh, income to see how many of each unit. So you have 8 bugbears at the bottom. Thank you again.